Are you guys ready for a fragrance that has some cojones? Stick around.
I finally found what I'm missing, and now you got all my attention. Driving me wild, got me wishing that you were all mine. You're irresistible, so refreshing. You're irresistible, tell the essence. I can feel your energy all over me. Close my eyes and I breathe in. You're irresistible.
Welcome back to Carolina Fragrance Reviews. I'm your host Cam, and today we are going over a really man's fragrance. It is none other than Bull's Blood from Imaginary Authors. Imaginary Authors is one of my favorite creative indie houses. They have cool stories with their fragrances, they have cool names for their fragrances, and their fragrances are very different from each other. Not one fragrance is even in the same realm as the other as far as I'm concerned. One of my all-time favorite fragrances from Imaginary Authors is St. Julep, which has horrible performance. Beautiful fragrance. I could probably just pour the whole bottle on me. I love it. It just has awful performance. If you want something from Imaginary Authors that has got a real set of cojones on it and has beastly performance, Bull's Blood is your answer. Now, this fragrance is not for the faint at heart. This is not for a person who's timid. This is somebody who wants to make a statement, that is very confident in themselves and wants to go out, have some beers with the boys, go out on the prowl, looking for some hotties, whatever. This is that fragrance. This one screams testosterone, for real. This one's like, yeah. You see the matador, like, ole. That's the women are running for you and you're like, ole. Seriously, awesome fragrance. Dry down is magical. Let me go over the notes for you. The notes for Bull's Blood are patchouli, Spanish rose, costus root, tobacco, black musk, and bull's blood. And of course, the Bull's Blood note is the imaginary note in the Imaginary Authors fragrance. If you're not familiar with that house, their fragrances do have an imaginary note in each of their fragrances. Now, as I was saying, the opening on this fragrance is very abrasive. It took me like an hour for it to like dial down to where it evolved into what fragrance it's supposed to be on the dry down. The dry down is the magic on this. If you can get past that first hour, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I've seen numerous people mention how this was just a little too much for them. But I think that's a good thing. Now, yeah, there are other fragrances that are too much for me. There are certain notes that just do not work for me. I can't deal with white florals or civet or some of these other or notes and fragrances that are just very complicated for me. This one really works. Rose is one that can be iffy for me. The rose in this works really well. Again, not a fragrance for the faint at heart. This is one for a man's man. No bulls were harmed during the filming of this review. I hope you enjoyed today's review on Bull's Blood. Make sure that you're subscribed to Carolina Fragrance Reviews. If you're not, leave us some comments down below. Make sure you smash that like button. Peace and love. We'll see you next time on Carolina Fragrance Reviews.